What I had planned today was to sculpt the cross guard of the Kandar. I went to pick it up and it slipped, so I had to break it apart, glue it back up again, clamp it back up again. So whilst that's re-gluing, so Bruce, I've changed the speed on my bandsaw because I'm trying to get that off of there. Down to this. So there's one side, and there's another. This is you. So it's just definitely a case of that. Wash your hands before you have your lunch. I don't know all about it, but you is pretty nasty stuff when it's not sealed or stabilised or whatever. So looks very nice. What I've got to do now is go onto my sander or my grinder. I put 2 flats on it, because then what I plan on doing is gluing some fibre liners on it. Yes, he's getting liners. But first, it's a Jedi coffee, because there's like a fridge in there. Skull. So let's see how this goes first. Change the belt, see how I get on. Yeah, get on. Yeah. Track, you bastard. Yeah.
all about the belts.
It's not that the grinder's brilliant. It's got enough grunt to keep spinning as I put the thing on it. It's the belt. It's the belt. What am I looking at? 3 minutes a side? 2.5, 3 minutes. So now I have two. Obviously, these are the inside. These are the closest tones for the outside. The fact that one's lighter going to the blade, on the outside, those two tones are quite similar, and the grain's quite similar. They've got two swoopy sections in there like that, so that'll look one side of the knife, and that'll look on the other, and it's got some lovely dots in one corner. So, now what I plan to do, it's all I'm planning.
Okay, so scored up with a strap knife. And degreased as I can get in this hole, especially the wood. Now if you're doing handles, something like mahogany, I've used mahogany and run it through a saw, and as you pick the wood up, all the cells within the wood suddenly start weeping oil, and that wood's 300 years old. Okay, it's 250 years when they chopped it down. In the installation 50 years, and then I'm pulling it out the skip. I saw it up, and oil's coming out of it in little dots all the way through it. So as I've scored that with a belt sander grit, you've actually gone through the wood like that. You haven't burnished it, you haven't flattened the cells down, you've raked them open, and so there is a chance you'll get any oils in the wood come out. So yes, I'm getting the dust off of that and maybe the odd fingerprint off of that, but the wood, that's what I want to really make sure I got no oils in it. And I let that evaporate. I say, it's not that cold in here at the moment, and this thing's running. I haven't been sanding in an hour, so there shouldn't be too much dust in the air. Nice to have another room, but let's just let that evaporate, and then I'll epoxy each one to the scale, each one of these liners to a scale. So I'll introduce you to Bruce's knife. Can't remember what we called it now. Jaguar or Cougar or some big fat cat. I don't know what it was. So 4mm to 01. That's just knocking about in the box. Obviously that's on the old grinding system, and I've got my new one now. So I shall tidy this up when it's due. And that's going to have liners, new scales, lanyard hole. Now I know Bruce is quite a big guy, and I like big handles. Not handles, lads, no. I like big handles because it gives you the option of choking up close, holding the mid, or having a rear hole. I'm guessing Bruce is up here and his stroke's very deliberate. So I'm giving them a nice, massive handle. Right, there's my hand. Room, room, room. Okay? In a gloved hand, an average guy will grab hold of that quite happily. This will get slimmed down a little. But I haven't took too much away yet, because I say all my knives, they're all like a one here, a one there. So I haven't honed each one. That comes later on when I'm there and I'm considering this guy, he's only 5'7", he's only 11 stone, his hands are long and thin, yada. So his fingers will actually stretch around more than my stumpy chipolatas, alright? So I tailor it to the chappie. If I'm doing bushcraft blades, I'm going to have to do a design of best fit. Unless someone says, well, actually I'm 6'10", in which case you can just eke it out and make it 10 inches to 9, and everything goes up anthropologically correct with each time you scale it up. Okay, so that's Bruce's. Basically, it's a big kitchen blade profile, but it should chop and hack and do that, and it's quite hefty because obviously a kitchen blade tapers and tapers and tapers and tapers as it goes, whereas this is more of a sort of real sort of leafy spear pointing end. Good fun. But as I say, should be quite a good outdoor blade. You dry yet? No, keep talking. See you later. This, however, is my blade. Can't wait to get going on this. Too many other things. Too many other things. The jobs coming out of my ear holes. What else we got? More mantis. Oh. Wish I could get on the job really full time. You dry it yet? No. Right, welcome back. I didn't have any cheap ass kitchen roll, but I had some cheap ass toilet roll. Putting it on, there's your block. There's your block of wooden scale. I gave it a wrap around like that. What that allows you is, if I folded it over, you can still feel whether the liner's slipping when you're holding it when you do the clamp up, and you can guide it and keep it in line whilst the pressure starts squishing and making the damn thing slide backwards and forwards. So as you're gradually increasing whilst you're holding onto this and the G-clamp and everything else all going off at the same time, and you're going, oh, my epoxy's going off. Having the kitchen roll or tissue or toilet roll allows you hand to go around, as I say, and you can feel the liner moving backwards and forwards, and you can keep that on line as you do at the clamps. Then as you're going near the point where the pressure's going on, you can whip off the tissue at the back and the front and double check that it's not sliding, so the liner's sliding backwards and forwards either. It may be right up and down, but it just allows you that first time with it wrapped around, you can feel it in your hand here whether it starts slipping. So there we go, they're clamped up. I say I'm not doing these really tight because you end up purging the gap of all the epoxy. So it's done up with a nip, and I'm into some reasonably clean angle iron, and we'll come back when that's set, probably tomorrow. Now I'm using Araldite, other brands are also available, but my heater's been on for about 2 hours, and it's, you know, it's almost comfortable in here. So normally my gluing, I've got to wait for a nice warm day for the sun to get on the top and then the heater on. Well, today I've just had it on for ages, so they should be gluing up pretty good. Cup of coffee. Thanks for joining me again. This is for Bruce's blade. U scales and red fibre liners. Join me again. Let's go from Wessex blades.